She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, Daryl Johnson, who was R. Kelly's crisis manager, has stepped down. Now, he recently just did an interview with CBS, and he told CBS News now that he's stepping down. Here's what he had to say when questioned about whether or not he would let his own daughter hang out with R. Kelly.
If the evidence stick, Mr. Kelly would spend the rest of his life in the penitentiary.
You have a 20-something-year-old daughter. Would you allow her to be alone with
Absolutely not.
With R. Kelly?
I wouldn't leave my daughter with anybody that's accused of pedophilia.
That doesn't seem like a contradiction to you. You're
absolutely
sitting here defending R. Kelly, but at the same time saying you wouldn't leave your own daughter with him.
I wouldn't leave my daughter with anyone that's accused of being a pedophile.
That's crazy.
Well, that's what happens when people do things for a check. When you do things for a check, then you'll take a job or a position like that. Your integrity should let you know, I'm not going to represent no goddamn R. Kelly.
You going to represent him, then they ask you, would you leave your door with him? Hell no, I ain't leaving with no pedophile. They're all bad for him.
Stop doing things for a check. You won't find yourself in those positions.
Now, R. Kelly's girlfriend, Azriel Clary, is saying that she still loves R. Kelly, and she declared her love for him as well. She actually was on Snapchat, and all of her Snapchats are being shared on Instagram, and she didn't appreciate what people had to say, and she wants people to mind their business.
Okay, first of all, I've always had a phone, so I don't get where people think, oh my gosh, she has a phone, wow. No, I've always had a phone. Just because my parents put it out there that I don't have a phone, that's them. I don't talk to my parents. I'm not in communication with my parents, and I don't want to talk with my parents. I'm a grown-ass woman, 21, about to be 22. But at the end of the day, let it be known that I am definitely in love with Robert.
I would still bust
She's
my
only
ass.
21?
I would still bust my daughter's ass at 21. I just want to tell y'all. My daughter act up like that, I would still bust her ass.
They can't even get to her to bust her ass.
R. Kelly is 75.
Get out, find her.
How long you been dating that girl?
I guess a couple years.
That's crazy. Nope. Me, grandpa, grandma, mama, we find her and we bust her ass at 21. I don't care. There's no way nope. Not no damn R. Kelly.
All right, Camila Cabello has opened up about struggling with anxiety. She did an Instagram post. Now, she said, I remember growing up hearing stories of the singers I loved. All the stories sounded the same. Kids who would grow up performing for their families and putting on talent shows for their parents when they were little, who grew up to be dazzling to me. I was the opposite. I never ever sang in front of my parents or friends and would get flustered when they would ask me to. I sang in my room when my parents left for Walmart, and I cried when one day I saw them filming me through the crack of the door. So she goes on to say that she felt like some people were just born to do things, that they always had it in them. They were always this outgoing. They always loved to entertain. They were always this bold. They were always this outspoken. The truth is, you decide who you're going to be every day. I'm not talking about talent or success. I just mean the type of person you're going to be. So she said, you have to force yourself to do what you're afraid of always and go after what you want and who you want to be because you're worth that. And she's had some issues growing up and being terrified and having to make sure that there was two Camilas, one that actually runs the show and says you have to go out that door and get out there and be successful. And I'm sure a lot of people struggle with that. All right, the Saw franchise is getting a reboot, and that's going to be by Chris Rock. So it's already underway, and they said the Saw reboot will be coming May 15th of 2020.
I'm really interested in that.
So the details of what's going on in the plot are pretty slim, but they do know that Chris Rock will play a police detective that's investigating while Samuel L. Jackson will join him as his father.
Now, I'm interested in that because Chris Rock is a comedian, but as we know, comedians have like a very dark side, right? That's why Jordan Peele is able to make, stuff like Get Out and Us. So I'm interested to see, what Chris Rock does with that.
Yeah, and I do feel like Saw was a little bit funny, too. Like, a lot of these horror stories also have some humor to them, so it should be pretty interesting to see. All right.
It's a horror movie, the live-action Lion King. That's a horror movie. That's
a horror movie.
That's a dark-ass movie, bro. And you don't realize how dark it is when it's animated. But, boy, when it's live-action, man, you forget that that's an African war story.
It's a little scary.
And I don't never want to see that many hyenas on TV ever again. You've seen hyenas in real life, right?
Hyenas would tear you up, right?
Lord have mercy.
I'm scared of hyenas. I'm scared of hyenas.
I've never seen a hyena in real life.
No? You didn't go on safari in South Africa?
I didn't see a hyena.
I did.
Yeah, a bunch of hyenas out there.
No joke, bro.
All right. And I just want to do one last story right here. Nicole Murphy was spotted kissing married director Antoine Fuqua. He's married to Layla Rashawn. So they were in Italy, and they were there for a global festival for a film where Antoine Fuqua is getting the Director of the Year award. He did Training Day. And now there's pictures of the two of them kissing out by the pool. Now, he is married. like I said, to Layla Rashawn. And they've been married since 1999. They have 2 kids together. They were just, according to a source, spotted together a few weeks ago. They looked like a happily married couple, according to that source. And Layla Rashawn has since deleted her Twitter and her Instagram accounts. Neither Nicole Murphy or Antoine Fuqua have made a comment thus far. Lisa Ray did also leave a comment. She said, "Girl, at Nikki Murphy, you went after Layla Rashawn's husband too. SMH so wrong again."
I need more context because him and his wife could be separated. They could have a arrangement. You know what I'm saying? I just saw this it's a Striking Viper episode of Black Mirror on Netflix. They had a little arrangement with him and his wife. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Well, Layla Rashawn did delete both of her accounts, so I'm sure she's
because people are
hurt
crazy
by these things.
So even if you got an arrangement, you got a bunch of people that's jumping in your business now. To be a million people calling you saying that you look what's happening to your husband. It's annoying.
All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.